are talking with Shawn Elliott of Nestseekers. And to begin, Shawn, I want to play a game called What the Insta? Where we show you pictures of your Instagram and you tell us who is that, a client or a friend? Okay, first one, because I was going through your Insta like, what? Here we go.
Met him at the Vanity Fair party in Los Angeles. Started as a client, now as a client and a friend. That's how it's in this business, you know. This is the business of being likable, and if people like you, they want to do business with you. And he's a hard guy to like, and I think vice
Larry
versa.
David, if you can get Larry David to like you and be your client, I want your magic wand. So,
listen, I have to say, great day. He's a great guy. It was a lot of fun.
Okay, what about this one? Also on your Instagram, what the Insta?
Yeah, so this guy is a client and a friend. We go back to when I went to the University of Miami, which was about 30 plus years ago. And we were in the same social circles back then. And he stayed a friend. And when he needs some real estate advice, who does he call?
Shawn Elliott. So you guys were like weightlifting buddies.
Yeah, something like that.
That's cool. That's cool. Doing squats with Stallone. This one.
Okay. Oh my God, this is the funniest story. So I hosted a charity event. I hosted a charity event for Virtuoso on the West Coast in Bel Air about 6 months ago, and I wanted to raise a lot of money and I wanted diversity. So I thought about who could I bring on board as my talent in order to raise as much money as humanly possible, and at the same time sell a $50 million off-market Bel Air listing. So I got on the phone with some friends, and before you know it, I had Snoop Dogg performing in our backyard for 4 hours. He was DJing. And Chris Martin of Coldplay. It was an epic day.
You know what?
We raised a lot of money for charity, and I enjoyed every minute. It was in Bel Air. It was in a place called Bel Air Crest.
I went to that party. I loved that party. Snoop Dogg spun. There was open bars. People were all over the garden. It was a beautiful, beautiful event. I went to that. I think I met you there, actually.
What a great night.
And drunk.
That's okay. You know what? I am not opposed to anybody who likes to drink. And after 5, I like to drink too. But anyway, it was a great event. I have never met Snoop before, so for me, I just think he's off the charts. And he actually, he said to me, of all the people I've ever met in my life, you need to smoke marijuana more than anybody I have ever met. So anyway, he's got me thinking a lot.
Yeah, he had you maybe break that seal. Can I ask you, how much does it cost to have those type of artists perform at your party in Bel Air? Like to have Snoop Dogg spin and Coldplay, I would guess like 50, 100.
I'm going to tell you right now, we had 400 people who were really privileged to be at this event, and to have Snoop Dogg 8 feet away from you and Chris Martin. These guys are very philanthropic, and you know what the amount was? Zero.
No,
Zero.
Come on,
Zero.
Shawn.
It was for a great cause called Virtuoso. This poor child was born with no arms and no legs, and thrown into a dumpster, found by 2 soldiers during the Iraq War. Yeah, this guy has won everything in Europe, from American Idol and that type of thing, and a nice young man. And he opens for these guys, for Chris Martin and for Snoop Dogg, and we were able to get those guys on board. It was an epic afternoon. We raised a lot of money for a very important cause, and we actually got offers on the house on the same day.
That's incredible. That is incredible. When you can combine philanthropy and property, I give you total props for that. That's incredible, Shawn.
Thank you.
Next, what the Insta is this one. Let me make it small.
Amazing. Oh, my God.
He looks amazing. You look amazing, too. But, I mean, it's hard when you're standing next to Lenny Kravitz.
So, this is an amazing story. Brendan and Rainey Williams of Williams & Williams, who are my friends, and I hold them in the highest regard. We co-broke that $250 million house known as Billionaire at 924 Bel Air Road. They actually custom built a home on Stanley for $39 million. And they had Travis Barker staying, I'm sorry, they had him staying in the house.
Lenny Kravitz.
Lenny Kravitz. Travis Barker's a whole nother story that you don't even want to know. But anyway, they had Lenny Kravitz influence this home, and it was done with Lenny Kravitz's furniture and Lenny Kravitz staying at the house. So one night, Brendan and Rainey tell me to come out. They want to get my feedback on the house. What do you think we should price this house at? And that kind of thing. And I'm not kidding. I'm with those guys. I think I'm having a martini, and all of a sudden I get a bear hug from behind, and it's Lenny Kravitz.
Oh my God! I want a bear hug from Lenny Kravitz.
So what's more epic than a bear hug from Lenny Kravitz? Anyway, and it was so nice. And Brendan and Rennie went on to selling that house for pretty close to asking price, and it was epic. It was a great night. Lenny turned out to be a great friend. The rest is history.
The rest is history. That was our game. What the Insta? If you want to check out more of Shawn's incredible life adventures, go follow him on his Instagram. Shawn, let's get to some properties, because you've got a lot going on in your world. You are a partner at Nestseekers. What is your relationship with Ryan Sternhardt and Nestseekers? What are you a founder? Are you a co-partner? What is it?
So I sold my company to Nestseekers 3 years ago, and we were based in what's called the Gold Coast of Long Island. And that's about 25 miles east of New York City, kind of sandwiched between Manhattan and Montauk. And a lot of companies wanted our company because we weren't just a real estate brokerage. We were really more of a world-class marketing firm, marketing world-class properties. And we had Corcoran after us, Brown Harris Stevens, Halstead, the company.
You've been in this game a long time. You know.
I have.
You get it.
It's been a long time. And so, but Nestseekers was the best fit because they were true boutique. They were able to pivot on a dime.
Yes.
The CEO, and I call him visionary, Eddie Shapiro, has the same vision that I have. Let's just take no prisoners. Take no prisoners. Eat up market share like a Pac-Man.
Yes.
And just continue to create markets within markets. And he was the best choice for me. And it's 3 years later, and I love every minute of every day.
So you sold your company to Nestseekers in what year?
2017.
2017. And since then, you've taken it global. You guys are in New York, the Hamptons, LA, Monaco, Hong Kong, London. I mean, am I forgetting anywhere?
We're just about to open an office in Palm Beach.
Palm Beach, one of the most expensive zip codes in LA. I mean, in America.
Absolutely. We also just bought a company in Greenwich, Connecticut. Also another very expensive zip code.
Yes.
We're about to open an office on what I call Billionaires Row, which is 59th and Park. We're doing a storefront there.
Oh, is that New York? We have Billionaires Row in LA, which you're familiar with.
Listen, there's nothing like Hillcrest.
Nothing like it.
The Billionaires Elbow.
This is the New York version.
Right, and that really is right where 432 Park Avenue is, and 220 Central Park South, and 157. You're in the middle of it all, right over Central Park.
Okay, well then explain this to me. Why are you launching ElliottTeam.com? If I go to ShawnElliott.com, and I encourage the audience to as well, it seems like you're starting a brokerage within a brokerage. What's going on?
Right, so I can't do it all, right? So the best thing I learned, my father said to me 100 years ago, he said to me, Dad, he said, Shawn, you know, you're not very smart, so surround yourself with smart people. And, you know, some of my agents have their MBAs actually from places like Wharton. We've got agents with me that went to Harvard and Yale and have masters in marketing at USC and Cornell. And this is a whole different level of real estate. And I surround myself with the absolute best team. And I can't be in New York, in the Hamptons, in Miami, in Palm Beach, in Malibu.
Of course not.
All at the same time.
But so is this Nestseekers, or is this now Elliott's team?
It's the Elliott team under the Nestseekers umbrella, which is the best of both worlds, having the resources the support, right? The sophistication, the tools and the systems of Nestseekers at my disposal, along with our own team, which has its own publicist, which has its own PR company, feng shui master, sports division, all the things that we do under my team, to have all of this all under one roof and then have the privilege of being part of Nestseekers is lights out.
Who is the publicist of Elliott, Shawn Elliott?
We actually have several of them. We're about to start with somebody new. I don't want to mention who they are because
Ooh.
Whoever brokers are on this call, and I love everyone, and I think it's great. Competition's great. I guarantee when you find out who my PR company is, you're going to want one. You're going to want this one.
Well, wait. We are a PR company, and we represent all the top agents here in LA. So I doubt that.
So pitch us. I
doubt that.
So pitch us. We're open.
What do you think about partnerships in real estate, says Michael Reiser?
So I may not be that smart. I don't know who Michael Reiser is.
He's one of the fans who's watching in the comment section. We take live questions from the audience.
Oh, what do I think of what?
Partnerships in real estate.
I'm sorry. So what do I think? I think it's the right move. We're stronger together than we are apart, right? So
I agree.
Having a team, having a partner, having 4 or 5 agents together is stronger than having one by itself. And today, in the environment we're in, I think that's the way to go.
I always say go boutique and go big. Go with a
I always say
agency.
go big. I always say go big or go home.
Go big or go Shawn. So let's play, let's look at some of your listings, Shawn, because the Elliott team is launching properties from New York to the Hamptons to Los Angeles and Montecito. Let's take a look. First one, an audience, you who are watching are going to guess the price. And this is difficult because they're not in LA. So the first one is, Shawn, tell us about this property in a way that doesn't break the price. I can show you the card first. This is 475 David White's in Southampton, 8 bedrooms, 8.5 bath, over 9,000 square feet. Shawn, take us through this lovely property.
So this is an Elliott team listing. I co-listed with Peggy Zabacolis, and this listing is, spectacular. Brand new construction. There are very few brand new homes in Southampton. You're on 1.8 acres.
Oh my God.
It's spectacular. You have 8 bedrooms, every amenity you want, beautiful pool house, sunken tennis court, world-class fitness center, infrared sauna, movie theater. It is really a one-of-a-kind. It's one of the few homes that are left for sale in the Hamptons, because if you don't know this already, the Hamptons is sold out.
Yeah, it's like Malibu right now. Those 2 areas are a shit show, basically. Like, you can't have anything anymore.
Listen, if that's a shit show, I want this shit show every day of my life.
I want to see this. Show me the reruns. This is the best. This house screams Hamptons to me. When we in LA think of Hamptons, this is what we think of. Beautifully done. It seems like a new build, but meticulously crafted. Do you guys want to guess? Is it north of the highway, Laura is asking?
It is. It's just north of 27. So if you're on Montauk Highway, all you do is make a left turn on David White's, and you're at this house. Look at the background of that. It's all on reserve, so you're surrounded by reserve. Every window that you look out, you're seeing nothing but beauty and the reserve, and the sunsets at this home are ridiculous.
It looks like a painting. Audience, guess the price without going over. Go ahead and put in your guesses. There is a little 30-second delay because we are live, but it's over 1.5 acres. You have 12 million or less, yes. Worth 7.5 all day. We're going to give it to Blake Miguel Davis, who guessed 7.5.
So Blake is a client of mine. He went out to LA to see homes anywhere from $20 million to $50 million. He flies private. He's got a beautiful girlfriend. There's no one better than Blake Davis. No.
Blake, so basically you're cheating. No
Blake
cheating,
cheated.
Blake.
He totally cheated.
No cheating, and no davidwhites.com for more information. Thank you, Peggy Z. Moving on, we're going to go to the next one. Question, though, for you, totally off topic. Do you have agents who have moved from New York to LA to capitalize on kind of this real estate renaissance that we're going through with New Yorkers wanting second homes in Los Angeles?
So I love that question. And the reason why I love that question so much is because so many of our agents on our team are bi-coastal. And it's amazing to me, from Dylan Eckhart, which I know you're going to have on next week, clearly bi-coastal.
But did anyone move, like, fully up?
There are agents of ours that have moved to Los Angeles because the average sale price in New York, whether it's the city or it's in the Hamptons, doesn't compare to the average sale price in the Platinum Triangle. So it's nice to make a commission on a $5 million house. It's really nice to make a commission on a $10 million house, but it's a lot better to make a commission on a $100 million house.
Sure is, like you did with 924 Bel Air Road.
Yes.
I love that. Well, that's very interesting to me because we are seeing this mirror effect of New Yorkers wanting, especially during COVID, more space, more yard. They're not giving up their New York address, but they're asking their New York agents to plug them into Malibu and Pacific Palisades. And even Encino, we're seeing a lot of action.
There's nothing like the West Coast. As you know, the weather is perfect every single day.
It's perfect.
Well, I don't know. I'm not there. I'm in New York today, but I will tell you that I was in New York for my whole life. And 4 years ago, I stepped out into the West Coast market. And it's not fun being on a plane twice a week, every Tuesday morning, getting up at 3 a.m. and being at Kennedy at 4:30 a.m. and wheels up 5:10 and landing at 8:30 and in my office by 9:30. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday in Los Angeles, Friday night, red eye, back to New York, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, back to New York.
These sound like top broker problems.
But you know what? It's amazing to be in markets like this when they're so exciting. And right now, there's never been a more exciting time.
Well, let's go to your next listing. Another one. We're going to show audience, you can guess the price, but don't guess it if you're on it, Blake. Here's the next one. Duck Pond Lane, we're going to go to Southampton. 9 bedrooms, 11 bathrooms, and over 16,000 square feet. Tell us about this property.
So this is an off-market property. It's 2+ acres in Southampton, south of the highway. Forget about toys. This house has every amenity possible. And the whole idea behind this house is the Hamptons is not becoming seasonal anymore. The Hamptons is now all year round. With COVID, what happened in New York City, with the protests and everything else, there is a mass exodus out of Manhattan into the suburbs, into the Gold Coast of Long Island, and into the Hamptons. This house is one of the most amazing homes I've ever seen. Right now, it's under construction, and the level of quality in this house, the level of quality of the finishes and the materials, even down to the mechanicals of this house, is the best I've ever seen. Right. Indoor basketball court. You've got a world-class movie theater, indoor pool,
outdoor
wellness
pool,
center, fitness center, outdoor pool, tennis court. I mean, this guy,
it's gorgeous.
I mean, this guy's got televisions that are coming out of the ceiling, golf simulators. He's got driving simulators.
Okay, okay. Well, then the audience is all over the place. We've got $5 million from I'm a Jawan Chanel. We've got 3.6. I highly doubt that Forever Home Real Estate Brokers, and a $35 million from Laura. We'll wait for a few more guesses to come in. 17.5. Is this normal to have all these bells and whistles in the Hamptons?
So it's really not normal of the Hamptons to go to this level. But right now, with that mass exodus out of New York and now Southampton becoming more 12 months a year, right? I mean, you're going to get families that come out in April and stay through probably, you know, the holidays. It's becoming the new normal. And so I think the future of the Hamptons is going to be not just summer amenities, but year-round amenities, including indoor basketball, movie theaters, indoor pools, golf simulators, fun simulators, all the above. And so this is the new normal. And someone in there was pretty close on the price.
All right. Well, Duck Pond Lane, 9 bedrooms, 11 bathrooms. Tell me, what does it mean when you say south of the freeway?
It's south of the highway.
South of the highway.
Montauk Highway. South of the highway makes you a little bit closer to the beach.
There you
go. So in the past, south of the highway was, oh, you live north of the highway? And no one even recognized homes that were north of the highway. But I have to tell you, Yeah, it's like, you know, people don't like West Hampton. They think it's not a real Hampton. Everything.
But it's the same thing in Malibu, though. Everyone used to want to be on the beach in Malibu, but now there's no privacy on the beach. So you're seeing a lot of celebrities, a lot of families want to move off the beach, have more land, and have that view where the ocean, their infinity pool connects to the ocean. And it's not about being on the beach anymore.
Well, I wouldn't say that, okay? Because I'm about to transact a deal in that area, and I have to say there's something about putting your toes in the sand, right? Walking down 3 steps and putting your toes in the sand versus being across from PCH, and you know, but anyway, there is a trend to have larger homes and larger properties. So listen, you're the expert, so I'm confirming what you're saying. But
I'm just seeing a lot of celebrities move off the beach.
There are
CEOs move off the beach, from Google CEOs to finance to Frank Ocean himself. Not on the beach, not enough privacy. But that's Malibu. Let's get back to Southampton. What is the price of this gorgeous property, Shawn?
So somebody had a great number, and I think after their number, I should raise the price on this house. But
yeah, I think so.
This house is coming out to market, and if you're interested in this house or you have a customer who's interested in this house, please reach out to the Elliott team. Reach out to myself or Peggy Zabacolis. We're talking about $32 million.
$32 million. We're giving the win to Laura. She watches every day. She also wins all the time with her guess of $35 million. Congratulations, Laura. I can pin your comment. And there you go. Laura's the winner. Look at that for Duck Pond Lane. Now, let's keep going because you never quit. Where are we going to with this property?
We're going back to the West Coast.
Let's hop on that plane at 3 in the morning that you hate so much, and let's go to Montecito. So tell us about this property. We've got it at 120 Montecito Ranch in Summerlin, California. 11 bedrooms, 14 bathrooms, over 43,000 square feet. You're dealing with monster properties, but here you've got a gorgeous palatial mansion with the land to boot.
Yes, 20 acres. This is an equestrian property. Every single bedroom and every single room in this house has a view of the Pacific Ocean that is absolutely lights out.
Wow.
This house has its own polo field.
What?
In the backyard. Yes, its own polo field. And my client is a world-class polo player.
It's not the world-class polo player who models for Ralph Lauren that everyone's in love with, is it?
That polo player has played polo in a game on this field numerous times. It was also the setting for a Britney Spears video, whatever that means.
I saw the Toxic video. I knew I recognized this house.
Yeah.
So it's Britney Spears approved.
It's Britney Spears approved. It's 43,000 square feet. It not only has the main house, which is spectacular, it has a polo club on the property, an additional 15,000 square feet. It's got a landing pad for a helicopter. It's got a hangar for a helicopter. I don't know if you have these photos, but the lower level of this house is, again, lights out. It's insane. It's got a 5,000 bottle wine cellar with a tasting room.
There you go.
There it is.
What? It looks like Wally's in Beverly Hills.
I love Wally's, and in fact, the person who did the staging for this house, their family owned Wally's, which is so random that I just said that. Just outside the wine cellar is a world-class sports bar. Can you imagine having a sports bar in your own home? But this house has one.
Is, with helicopters, you always see like people work them into their properties, but you really can't land a helicopter there, and the city won't allow you. You're saying here, you not only can land a helicopter, but you can actually park your helicopter. That's how large it is.
You need to park a helicopter when you're on the Pacific Ocean. You've got the salt water, so what you need to do is get the helicopter off the landing pad and put it into the hangar. But we don't have only any helicopter landing pad. We have an Hermes helicopter.
I saw the H in the property video. I was like, does that mean helicopter or does that mean Hermes?
Listen, it can mean whatever you want it to mean, but It's got a world-class wellness center and fitness center. Your wife wants to get a blowout. It's got a salon.
This is beyond. I can't. Audience, guess the price of this palatial, over 20 acres in Montecito, Hermes helicopter pad included property. Shawn, how did you even get this property?
You know what? It was an interesting phone call that I got. The principal owner of this home, my client, saw the marketing that was going on at 924 Bel Air Road. And before I was the listing broker of 924 Bel Air Road, I was the chief marketing director for that property, and I was running the team. And he picked up the phone and he called my client, Bruce Mikowski, and he said to Bruce, who's doing the marketing for this house? And Bruce said, a guy from New York, his name is Shawn Elliott. He's very unique. And before you know it, we drove down to Montecito and we listed the property, and we're really proud to have this as a listing. And it is a one of a kind. And it is the ultimate COVID compound. 43,000 square feet, every toy imaginable, 20 acres. You never have to leave.
All right, audience, let's guess the price. We've got 125 million. We've got 150 million. We've got a what, which isn't really a guess. We've got a 55 million, and we're going to let the audience weigh in. I'm going to guess that this property, and I don't know the answer, is around $90 million.
I should raise the price.
We've got a 55 million from Zach.
Because Zach works at Nestseekers, and he has inside information.
Get out of the comment section. Is it 55 million?
What's your It's $55 million, and it's worth every single penny.
Yes,
your views are breathtaking. When you walk into this house, it takes your breath away, and you are on the Pacific Ocean. It doesn't get better than that.
I'm gagging over this house. This is incredible. That's a good thing when someone's gagging. Zach, you don't win. One South Bay lady in real estate with 58 million. We're going to give it to you. And I'm a Joanna Chanel says, what? That is a gorgeous property in Montecito, 11 bedrooms, 14 bathrooms, 43,000. How long have you had that listing?
It's now on the market for about 9 months.
And a property like that, do you believe in the saying that it's going to take either 3 months or 3 years?
It's really hard to tell when the person who, when it hits them, is going to walk through that front door. But the minute that person walks through the front door and understands the value of what we have here in Montecito, they're going to be writing a check.
They will. All right, Shawn, let's go to our next game. It's time for another game. This one is called Shawn Says. There it is. Shawn Says. And this is where we will ask the audience. We're going to put up a quote, a famous quote of yours, and we're going to see if you and the audience can guess the answer. And these are words to live by, people. So pay attention. First off, my principle to success is be driven, connections, or passion. Which answer do you guys think it is? A, B, or C? Is his principle to success to be driven? He is a broker in every state in America. Connections or passion? A, B, or C? There is a 30-second delay with our live comment section, but I love these. Poopy Davenport says, be driven. Shawn, I think that you're really passionate. You have to motivate a lot of people. Laura says passion. Nolan says A. What is the answer?
Connection.
That is correct. It's connections. Oh. Maybe I'll make it big. There we go. Connections.
It's connecting the dots. It's called connecting the dots, right? So you have to be able to, it's such a great business, right? We don't own any inventory. We don't have to pay for it in 30 days or 60 days. We're not in retail. We have the privilege of selling hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars worth of inventory off the MLS for brokers in any state. And all you have to do is connect, right? Connect the dots. You got to connect the buyer with the seller. And if you do that, you actually get a check. And it's like, what's better than that?
This is amazing.
Right? I mean, yes. Really. So it's about connecting the dots and connections. And I think it's about having your own sphere of influence and then creating a sphere of influence, right? Connecting, making relationships. And that's kind of how I built my business. It's just basically networking and connecting people and making relationships.
And I have to jump in here because you say something that I truly believe in, which is you need to live as your clients do. So you go to the Monaco Yacht Show, you're at the Super Bowl, you are where the rich people are so that you can make real personal connections. Is that true?
So I'm at Davos in Switzerland, which is the world's wealth conference, basically.
Yes.
You know, we are at the Kentucky Derby. We're at the Monaco Grand Prix. We're at the Monaco Yacht Club during the yacht show. We're at the Vanity Fair party. We're at, I love him, Michael Milken's conference every year. You know, we're everywhere. It's cool to be, but literally I go where my clients go, you know?
I love that. I love that. Next one. This is the business of personality, networking, or taking chances. Audience, is it A, personality, B, networking, or C, taking chances? And I think this is a curveball based on what we said 5 seconds ago. But I truly believe that. I think that's why you should be members of private clubs. I think that's why you should go where your buyer is. And if your buyer is not a luxury buyer, it might be in your neighborhood. You go to those PTA meetings, you get involved with philanthropy in your neighborhood. It's just at Shawn's level, you would go to the Monaco Yacht Show. We've got an A from Zach, personality, a B from Laura, networking, a B from Ima Jawan. Pooby Davenport says great tips. Taking chances, a C. Shawn, what's the correct answer? This is the business of...
I can't read the answers.
Oh, I love that. Let me make them big for you. This is the business of personality, networking, or taking chances.
I have to say, you know, it's a toss-up between personality and networking. There's no question about it. But I'm going to go with personality.
You know your own words of wisdom. It is personality. And I agree, because you can be the most informed broker or agent, but if you're boring and people don't like you, no one's going to want to work with you. Next one. People want to work with people they A, trust, B, like, or C, admire. What did you say, Shawn?
Are you going to let the audience give it a shot?
Don't you love having the audience guess?
I do.
Yes, audience, please guess. Is it A, trust, B, like, or C, admire? I think this is true in LA more so than any other city I've ever been in. One South Bay lady says like. Laura says trust. Nicole says like. Like from Nicole. I think it's a toss-up. Trust is from I Love Martin. Trust from Shabazz Real Estate. I mean, I think trust again. Shawn, reveal to us your answer. What do you live by?
So if there was a D, all the above, that would clearly be the answer, right? But it's not. So I'm going to go with like. People want to work with people that they like.
That is correct. People want to work with people they like, especially in LA. I had a client move from New York, and he was like, I don't understand this world. And I said, I'm going to explain it to you really quickly. In LA, people want to be friends with you before they hire you. So you've got to, like, do the dance.
I agree. And you know what? I mean, this has been true of every successful real estate broker I've ever met. And this is the one common denominator. And that is people want to work with people they like, right? So 50% of this business is being likable. So if you're not likable, go home. You're in the wrong business, okay?
Yes. Laura with the curveball. There are so many I like, but few I trust. Oh, well, that's another conversation, Laura. Last one. Best way to bring a successful buyer to a home is A, lots of tours. B, have a strategy, or C, co-list. Which of these words of wisdom from Shawn Elliott do we live by? Audience, is it A, lots of tours, B, have a strategy, or C, co-list? There's a delay, as you know. And I think this is our last in the game. B by Zach for have a strategy. This one I actually really believe in. Everyone is saying B in the comment section. Shawn, what is the correct answer?
I have to say everyone is bringing their A game in this contest, and it absolutely be. And I'm impressed by that. And I'll tell you why I'm so impressed, because most real estate agents don't have a strategy, okay? And you're trying to sell expensive houses, $25 million, $50 million, $150 million, $250 million. You have to have a strategy. You just can't put a sign on the front lawn and expect somebody, to pick up the phone and call you. You have to be very strategic. You have to have a plan. And you have to be able to seek out the audience most suited to purchase your house.
And I'm going to build on that and say, have a strategy that the other agent coming in for the listing didn't think of, because everyone's going to come in and give the same strategy. So just know that they've already heard that strategy a million times. Or
listen, you got to be out of the box, and to be successful in this business, you have to bring something that someone else isn't going to bring to the table. In my case, I have the absolute best database of wealth in the world. I could pick up the phone right now and call Warren Buffett at home, and he would pick that up. And I wouldn't do that on your show. But
I was like, don't dare me, because I'll dare you to do it. Shawn says was the game. I love that game. Shawn, those are words to live by, so thank you for playing that. Let's go check off one more property. You're going to give us a Real Talk exclusive. I hope there's press watching. You're going to give us a sneak peek at a penthouse in New York that's $100 million. You want to tee it up for us, Shawn?
So my developers acquired this property maybe 5 years ago. And what's so cool about this is it is in one of the most iconic locations in New York City. In fact, I think it's on the 50-yard line, Central Park South.
I agree.
150 Central Park South, next to the Essex House, down the block from 432 Park, 220 Central Park South. Clearly Billionaires Row, next to the Plaza, the Sherry Netherland.
Roll tape.
I mean, it doesn't get any better, right?
What's
really amazing about this property is that what you're looking at is the zinc roof that actually has what is going to be the 38th and 39th floor. My client purchased the 37th floor of this incredible property, and is developing 38 and 39, which for the past 100 years has had nothing but mechanicals in there. It's going to be a triplex penthouse in the best location in New York City, and it's something that absolutely has never been done before and will never be done again. 10,000 square feet. 10,000 square feet.
10,000 square feet, never done before. Look at those
5
views.
terraces. I mean, look at you have a fire feature overlooking the 50-yard line in Central Park South.
This
You're
is
going
beyond.
to have
It's
beyond.
Beyond. When is the completion date?
2 years from now. You can buy this at $100 million today, and we'll deliver the keys to you in exactly 2 years. Or you can buy it as is right now. There's a new price, but just all I can say is reach out to the Elliott team, reach out to my team, reach out to Tal, Giovanna. You'll see them on my website, ShawnElliott.com. What we'll do is we will give you the inside scoop on this. If you're a broker, we love paying commissions. If you're not a broker and you're a user, call us direct. You're a principal, we'll make this happen. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
You're literally the king of Central Park. You're the highest. It's in one of the most iconic buildings. What are they going to do with all the electrical?
So today, all the electrical that's on the 39th floor, all this mechanicals in this mechanical room, what we used to take up probably 3,000 square feet, you could probably stick in the size of an elevator. So it's all going to be removed.
This is iconic. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Really, really incredible. So we can buy it now for an undisclosed price, unfinished, or we can buy it finished for $100 million overlooking Central Park in the most King of New York view you've ever seen in your life.
And Alexander, by the way, everything you're looking at right now is virtual. We did the absolute highest level 3D animation video.
You can tell.
For this property. None of that you're looking at is real.
That is the marketing that he is known for, $100 million. Shawn, before we go, I want to just end this show. You reach out to Shawn for that incredible property. I mean, I think we'll have to follow that one. But Shawn, before I go, I want to ask you some of our ABCs of Real Talk. our tribe vibes, things that we live by when we have top agents on the show and brokers like yourself. The first one is, what would your billboard say? If you had a billboard in Times Square that had your mantra, what would it say?
List with me.
Lift with me?
No, list your home with me.
Oh, list with me. I thought you meant like lift up your life. List with me. I love that. I mean, you're straightforward, straight to the point.
It's what we want.
What advice would you give your younger agent self?
Get out of bed early, go to the gym, work out, right? Eat healthy.
Right.
Work your ass off. Work hard. And don't sleep until you're feeling like you're making enough money that you're invincible.
And last but definitely not least, the best closing advice that you would give when you're almost to making a deal. How do you take it off over the finish line?
So my team practices this. My son, Zach, is probably the best at practicing this. And everyone who's listening, every broker out there, forget about Glenn Gary, Glenn Ross, ABCs, always be closing. Create a sense of urgency. You have to create urgency or no one's writing that check. So my advice to close someone who's almost at the finish line is to create a sense of urgency.
But give us an example of how you've done that recently. Did you say there was another buyer that was interested? Did you pretend like
we're very transparent? We don't do a lot of pretending. We really don't pretend at the Elliott team. I've heard a lot of agents say that I spent 75% of my time lying, and that's not kind of where we're at. But you could stretch the truth a little bit. But if you have someone interested in a home, and then you have a second person interested in a home at the same time, that creates the urgency. So what I would say is that we have more than one person interested in this property. And if you're seriously interested in it, I think it's time to step up now, or you could potentially lose it. The fear of loss, again, competition, and creating a sense of urgency.
The FOMO, the fear of missing out.
The FOMO, yep.
I love that. Words to live by. Shawn, thank you so much for all your time. We've been talking for over a half an hour. It's felt like 5 minutes. We've gone from Montecito to New York to the beaches of the Hamptons. It's been wonderful. Really, thank you for your time.
My pleasure. Great speaking with you, Alexander, and just have a great day.
Good luck with the Elliott team. I know we'll be hearing so much more about you and all your listings. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Cheers to everybody.
Shawn is incredible. Again, you guys can check him out at ShawnElliott.com. That's 2 L's, 2 T's. Check him out on Instagram. We're going to post this. If you missed any part of the show, don't worry. It's going to be on our IGTV later. And once again, I'm Alexander Ali from the Society Group. And thank you for keeping it Real Talk. Bye-bye.